Am I a sellout like the left suggests? The amount of times I've been called a sellout on this app by liberals, I can't even count anymore. You see, as a Latina American, I had every single reason to consider myself oppressed. I was a teen mom, I'm Hispanic, I grew up not very well off, and not to mention in the worst part of Phoenix. 27th Avenue and Indian School, if you know, you know. If I wanted to rely on the government, I easily could have, and I don't think anyone would have blamed me. But I work in healthcare, and working around a lot of doctors, nurses, physicians, lawyers, business people, I woke up one day and thought there's got to be a better way. And when I woke up and saw the agenda that the left was trying to push on people like me and my family, I got smart and I started to do my research. And I realized that no other country in the entire world can you go to with $20 and make yourself extremely successful. Today, I'm a Latina American, I am a business owner, I am a mom, and I'm able to have my cake and eat it too. And the reason why I make these videos is to show other Latina American women, or Latino women period, what can be possible here in the great United States of America. But our current administration is trying to ruin that for all of us. They want you to believe that Donald Trump does not care about women's rights. They want you to believe that he's racist. And they want you to believe that he's not for the working class or the middle class. And I can tell you that the economy was never better under Donald Trump. Construction workers were never jobless under Donald Trump because the economy was amazing. And as a woman, I never lost a single right. So as a Latina American woman who had to wake up and flip to the other side to actually see the truth, I encourage you to do your research and possibly do the same. Where are my fellow Latina Americans for Trump?
I feel like not everyone who voted for Trump really agreed with this message, and if anything, we didn't really understand why we were voting that way. I realized mine stemmed from just being a daughter who never really got to be a child and would do all the important phone calls, all the translating, and carrying all that weight and responsibility after years and years eventually just turned into resentment. And all that resentment pushed me all the way to the other side.
Oh, honey, no. Nope, that's not it. Did you just say you resented your father because you had to take care of him? But you came on here crying and pretending that you regretted the decision of voting against his own well-being. And you had a GoFundMe. I moved to the U.S. as a 19-year-old college graduate to pursue my further education. And after the years that I was here, I got my citizenship, and then my parents moved here. My mother doesn't speak English. Her English is very basic. So every responsibility to take care of them is on me. My phone is always on because if she gets pulled over driving, the cops are going to have to call me. If she gets a ticket and needs to go to court, I have to go with her. If she needs a doctor's appointment, if she needs to go to the bank, if she needs to make a phone call, that's all on me. I have to make sure she doesn't get scammed. I have to make sure that all of her bills are paid on time. And I don't have 1 ounce of resentment. But let me tell you something. My in-laws were born here, and my husband still has to do all of those things. My mother-in-law was having an issue with her dentist, and I had to step in, and I had to help, and I had to tell her, no, you gotta go find another dentist because that one is not right. And she still calls me to ask me, why are things like this? How does health insurance work? Why are things like that? If they got a new iPhone, my husband has to set it up. Has to set up the Wi-Fi at their house. In fact, my mother-in-law is scared that her phone is spying on her. They were both born here, they're both Americans. And that's not gonna get easier, that's not gonna get better. Boomers are not self-sufficient. Boomers need help. And as they get older, they need more help. You can't resent your parents for that. So now I'm starting to think that you did that all on purpose. You voted against your own father on purpose. Especially the part where you said that we really needed to hit rock bottom so we could learn. That was on purpose. We got you.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm called Irene. To all my returning subscribers, thank you to always coming back to watch my videos. And if you are new here, kindly hit the notification button so that you get notified each and every time I upload a new video. Guys, in our today's video, you have seen 2 ladies. One of the ladies is complaining that people are coming after her because she truly said that she went and voted for Trump. These are the Latina communities that voted for Trump. They voted for Trump because they knew that Trump was gonna make America great again. The second lady, she's crying because she is from Latina community and she voted for Trump, but her father is facing deportation. The father has been detained by the ICE and facing deportation. He has to go home where he was born, bred, you know. So she's crying and regretting why they voted for Trump. All this was out on the table. Everything was written on the table. Like we always say, like everything was scribbled on the wall or written on the wall, guys. All the 2025 project was on the table. It was clear, it was visible. All the agendas, Trump's agendas were on the table. They were visible and they were clear. All the agendas, apart from of the agendas, the mass deportation, the raids, and everything, it was on the table. But I really don't know why Latinos chose to vote for Trump. They did it. They went out there and voted for Trump in large numbers. And Trump really clapped at them. Trump really loved the way they were campaigning for him and singing and praising him, calling him, wearing the red MAGA and the red t-shirt, and just knowing that he was going to make America great again. And alas, it has not happened. And we all know from since Trump was inaugurated and entered the White House, the first people who were caught on the line were the Latinos. They were the first people, and it has been going on and on and on and on, and it's still going, and they're still crying, and they're still regretting why they voted for Trump. They never did no research, guys. They never did no research. They just went out and voted for Trump. So I just want you people to watch all these videos and let me know what you think about it. Why are more Latinos coming out and regretting, telling us how they regret voting for Trump? They didn't know that Trump was using them. You understand? How do you even tell the people that you really don't know that Trump was using you when everything was there written on the wall? So watch all these videos and let me know what you think down below in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.
Content creator right here voted for Donald Trump, and her terminally ill father ended up getting deported. Now this story is going viral on the internet because people are using this as a way to attack people who voted against their own self-interest. Right? And I gotta talk to my Latino people here, the people that voted for Donald Trump but have undocumented immigrants in their own families. It's like, listen, man, I get it. You have your own personal political beliefs and you have every right to have them, right? But sometimes in life it's good to be self-aware. Sometimes this life is very good to think of, okay, this may not affect me personally, right? But can it possibly negatively affect people around me? And if the answer is yes, man, sometimes it's best to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna stay out of this one. Because if this ends up being you, man, you're gonna lose your whole family behind it, man. They already didn't like it for the fact that you was already voting over there, and now you went and casted your vote, gave him a helping hand, and then we lose pops, or we lose moms, or we lose our uncle, or you lose a sibling. And if you do want to vote, you don't have to speak about it. Vote privately. Don't tell nobody, right? But a lot of y'all men came out here screaming at the top of y'all lungs, man. Like, nah, we gotta get Trump in there. Knowing y'all undocumented fucking parents, bro, or relatives or friends. That's just my take. I believe in self-awareness, man. I believe that being self-aware is very important. And yeah, shit's crazy.
This message goes to Latinas for Trump. What do you mean this is not what you voted for? You're telling me you can't read? We all try to tell you. And if you would have read, it was word by word in Project 2025. What do you mean this is not what you wanted? It was written all over the place. See how quickly you went from Latinas for Trump to in the house for Trump? Very quickly. Stay there.
If you're a Latino for Trump supporter, I need you to comment below, and I need to understand your stance and why you're a MAGA supporter. And before you sit here and tell me that Latinos are just naturally conservative, that may be the case, especially for the older generation, but there's a huge difference of being conservative and being a MAGA supporter. Trump appeals to racist white people that have not felt comfortable in the last 20 to 30 years be openly racist. And honestly, when I think of Trump and the more I learn about him, he reminds me of Hitler a lot. He's someone that has zero background in politics, just like Hitler did. Another thing is he's brought out these radicalized ideas because he's so anti anything that is not white American. These people feel threatened by you, yet you're a Trump supporter. So I need to understand, why are you working against your own interests, your own people? I don't understand it. Because at the end of the day, you may want to assimilate with them, but you don't. They'll never accept you. So I need to understand why you do it. And I know there's like some second or third generation Latinos that are Trump supporters. What's your reasoning? Did you just lose touch with your culture? Anyways, let me know. Very interested in hearing the discussion.
This message is for all the Latinos and Hispanics who support this administration. If you are not one of them, you can keep scrolling. How are you able to scroll through your phone and see all of the injustices going on against your people and not give a fuck? And somehow you think that because you voted for this man, you have immunity to everything that's going on. All of these Latinos and Hispanics wear their privilege like a badge, thinking that they're better than everybody else. How can you be a mother and a father and see these children crying and fear for their lives as their parents are being taken away? How can you look at that and not give a fuck? Whether you voted blue or red, this fight is as much as your fight as it is ours. And let me say that this fight is your fight, even if you're not brown. It's most definitely about you. It's most definitely about every single American here in this country. And DT made it very clear about protecting us from domestic enemies. You already know who he's talking about. I am sick and tired of people not caring enough, not being angry enough, not thinking that this is about them. It's completely about all of us. And for the Latinos and Hispanics that think that they're untouchable just because they're citizens, you're not. How is it possible that you think it's okay for people to dress up, cover their faces, not show ID, not show warrants, nothing, and think it's okay to take people off of the street, rip families apart, take children? Where the fuck are they taking these people? Because somehow 1,200 people disappeared from Alligator Alcatraz. What about every single other facility in the United States? Do you think they're keeping track of them? Do you think they're actually sending them back to their home country? And they have facilities with children in them who have stayed there for months. You think they care about them? You think they're going to reunite them with their families? With how sick this administration is? I fear for the lives of those children. I fear the life and their future that they're going to have because they're so vulnerable and they don't care about them. As a mother, I can't even wrap my head around how any parent can think that's okay because they committed a civil crime. Have a fucking heart and stand up. Don't look away. Don't let your ego take over just because you can't admit that you voted the wrong way. I tend to do humorous content because I don't know how to speak about things, but I hope that in some way I was able to get through you. And for everybody who made it this far, thank you for listening. I love you.
This is for any Latino who voted for Trump. How do y'all feel right now? How do y'all feel? I genuinely just want to know. Because what in the fuck will make you think voting for this man will benefit you in any way? You have to be the slowest person on earth to vote for a man that literally hates you, your heritage, and everything that you stand for. I don't get it. Why? Look at the damage he's causing. Look at ICE. Look at how they just taking everybody. They're taking people now and asking questions later. People are getting deported left and right. Latinos and Latinos. How do y'all feel voting for Trump? How do y'all feel? This shit is crazy.